evening, everyone, and good morning to all. So I see that people are there from across, and welcome Mahesh to the session. And it's fantastic to see you all here. And do give me a hi if you guys are excited to be a part of this safe RTE masterclass, and get ready to take your agile project management career to new heights. Yeah. And before we begin, let's kick things off with a fun question while we wait, for others to join in. And my name is Divya Sidraju, and I'll be your host for this exclusive Safe RTE Masterclass. And in this interactive session, our safe practice consultant and trainer, Mahesh, will reveal the secrets to starting a career as a certified safe RTE. So get ready to achieve this in a short span of time. And today we are going to debunk the myth that starting a career as a safe RTE is a daunting task, and we'll show you how it can be accomplished efficiently and effectively. And we have designed this masterclass in such a way that it has to be engaging and enjoyable. So feel free to share your comments in the chat box, or if you have suggestions and the questions, you can share it throughout the session. And we're here to assist you in every step of the way. So again, so beginning of this, whether you're an aspiring SPC or a Scrum Master or a Agile coach, or it could be a solution trained engineer or a program manager or a project manager, or it can be an experienced professional looking to enhance your skill, Safe RTE courses surely to be an accelerating journey towards mastering and elevating your career to new heights. And for all of you, just because you're a part of this masterclass, we're also giving out a bunch of exclusive free bonuses, but there's a catch. So only those of you who's gonna be there till the end of the entire session are eligible for these giveaways. So stay tuned. Yeah. And once again, thank you, all of you, to joining this session. I hope it's going to be interesting, and then you have a good takeaway from this session. And we have our today's presenter, Mahesh Varadharajan, and myself, Divya Sidraju, again as a host. And he's a safe practice lead. Yes. And we have a poll question to understand the audience stance. And here we go. So please do select your answers there so we can curate the session accordingly. So we will launch a poll question now. Yeah. So here you go. So your work experience, if it's less than 5 years or 5 to 10 years or more than 10 years. Then are you currently practicing RTE role in your organization? If yes or no. And then how many of you have obtained minimum, one safe certification? If you have, yes or no, or you're new to safe. And also, where are you from? And how would you describe your level of understanding of safe framework? You're a beginner or an intermediate, or you're in advanced level? So your answers will help us out. And Mahesh, here we have the results.
Do you want me to bring up the results on the screen?
I think you can just, probably have a glance of it. So work experience says, less than 5 years, there are 20%, 25% of the audience, and then more than 10 years, there are, 75%. And are you currently practicing RTE? So most of it are no. And yeah, so here's a fact. The figure that you see, which is 8 lakh plus safe, demonstrates the widespread recognition and value of safe certifications in the job market. So having such a large number of certified professionals indicates the broad appeal of the framework and its relevance in supporting organizations on their agile transformation journey. So yeah, there's the fact that you see that. You can move on to the next one. Yeah, and 70% of the world's biggest companies employ SAFe certified professionals, and their average salary is, not less than 1,17,000 USD a year, and it has gained significant traction and adoption across various industries, organizations, seeking implementing agile at a scale. So yes, what you see is right. And based on our recent industry reports or the salary surveys to the or job market analysis, that the salaries grow whopping 24% every year, and jobs are growing at 67% every year. That's amazing, right? So yes, guys. So value of the SAFe certification. So absolutely, SAFe certifications can bring numerous valuable benefits to professionals in various industries. And here are some key advantages of obtaining SAFe certifications. Expanded career opportunities. So this opens up a broad range of career opportunities, as many companies now require professionals who can drive successful agile transformations and leadership roles. So when it's an SPC or agile coach or a scrum master or a release train engineer or a other agile roles basically. So your certification demonstrates your ability to lead and to deliver in complex agile environments. Increased marketability. So I would say, holding a SAFe certification improves your marketability and gives you a competitive edge over other candidates in the job market. And higher earning potential. Yes, SAFe certifications are often associated with higher earning potential, and the demand for agile professionals with expertise in SAFe can lead to more lucrative job offers and better compensation packages. Professional credibility. Earning a SAFe certification signifies your commitment to continuous learning and professional development. So it adds credibility to your resume and demonstrates that you have met the rigorous standards set by the Scaled Agile Academy. And it's also important to keep in mind that certifications are just one aspect of the career growth, and practical experience and continuous learning are equally crucial for long-term success in agile landscape. So career impact, as you see this page, so SAFe is one of the most popular method, and where 70% of Fortune 100 companies actively employ SAFe. And as you see, 1,68,000 or 20 USD is the annual salary of SAFe RTE. And the demand for release train engineers is continued grow across various industries, be it defense to banking or energy or logistics to manufacturing, or any organizations across basically, who seek to optimize their software development processes and deliver value to their customers more effectively. So here we have a question. What do you think is the main reason why individuals with interest in agile release trains and solution trains don't get the SAFe RTE certification despite its obvious advantages? So here we have an option here, like lack of awareness, or if you think time and resource constraints, or perceived relevance, or agile certification requirements of prerequisites, or cost considerations. Yeah. So drop all your answers in the chat window.
So are we having a poll for this, or it's they just need to put it on the chat?
It's in the chat. So drop down your answers on the chat window.
Maybe you can put the number also. If you don't want to type, just put between 1 to 5, one of those
Yes.
responses.
Rajshikar says 3 and 5, pursuit relevance and cost consideration. Okay. Kim says lack of awareness. Okay. So here you can meet our expert, Mahesh Varadharajan. He leads the business agility practice for Asia Pacific region at KnowledgeHut upGrad, a skilled agile trainer. He's an SPCTS, Agile Transformation architect, trusted advisor to enterprise agile coach, and a speaker. So Mahesh is one of the best India's 6 SPCTs and just over 130 SPCTs globally who's scaling agile transformation experiences or teaching capabilities and expertise and validated by Scaled Agile INC. And yes, he has trained over 2,500 students globally across various safe courses in last 8 years. So he has led in the launch of several agile release trains and solution trains while working with several large enterprises and industries such as IC telecom to aerospace and defense, fintech companies, beverage and automotive clients. So welcome Mahesh once again.
Thank you, Divya. Thanks for the introduction. I think we start with probably the first question.
Yes.
Maybe you can put this on the chat. What motivates you to probably, consider pursuing an RTE education program? What could be a aspiration to that or a trigger to that? If you would like to share some insights on your chat window, please. Kim, I could see you have said I was introduced to RTE on a new project. Okay. And Sandhya or Divya, I was thinking, do people have option to unmute and speak? We just have 14 people in the call. So if they want to unmute, is it okay if they can raise their hand and we can unmute them, something like that?
Yes, Mahesh, that can be done, but just keeping time as a main focus, so we can probably if we can do that. Yes.
Sure. So that being said, anyone who wants to speak up and engage and participate, just raise your hand. We will unmute you and you can speak up. We have a relatively small audience, so we should be able to engaging conversation, a dialogue rather than a monologue.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could see some good stuff. So I can probably bring the chat stuff here. So you could see that Kim says engagements in the United States are heading towards SAFE. Rupesh talks about recently completed SAFE Agilist, probably came across RTE as one of the major roles in SAFE. Raj Shekhar, I'm seeing a lot about SAFE in the job descriptions and job postings and wanted to explore or evaluate more. All right. We have been an Agile shop for 3 years, but not a real RTE, says Shoban. Okay, great. Probably I'll get started, with what we have for you lined up. I don't intend to bore you with a lot of slides, just that a small presentation and we'll have an open space chat at the end of the session. So quickly, we'll align on for beginners to SAFE, what is SAFE, why is SAFE, why companies seems to be increasingly moving towards SAFE, and the context of the webinar here as to if you are a release train engineer or looking forward to become one, what your role shall look like. What skills and competencies will you need? What behaviors and attributes would make one person a great RTE or an effective RTE? And see about certain things around leading distributed arts as an RTE, and how, if you have been a part of a business agility transformation, how do we go about serving that role in as an RTE? So let's jump in. I hope I'm loud and clear and the slides are visible for everyone. So you can give me a thumbs up or probably a raise hand at any point. You want to stop me, you want to ask me any questions, so on. Kim, any questions you want to ask? All right. So what is SAFE? SAFE stands for those of you who are beginners to SAFE, the acronym stands for Scaled Agile Framework, and E for Enterprise. So what is SAFE? We consider SAFE as the world's most trusted operating system or a platform to help you and your company achieve what we call business agility, which is the ability to thrive in or succeed in the digital age. You want to really compete with the most successful companies in the 21st century. In whatever business you do, whichever industry you come from, maybe a bank, you may work for an automotive company, you may work for an aerospace company. No, I really want to be that market leader, or I want to, no matter what happens in my industry, I want to really succeed. I want to stay competitive. My business model should be relevant from time to time, right? And I want to run the business and also grow the business. So customers today, the needs are evolving rapidly. How many of us thought the click of a button, a taxi should arrive at my doorstep, and then I enter, my identity is validated through a PIN, and then I take the trip through the route that is being given, and end of the trip, I pay by a digital payment system, and I'm able to rate. And somebody can track that entire journey along the way. And we are now talking about autonomous vehicles, driverless vehicles. Thanks to evolving power of technology, needs have evolved rapidly. We are talking about space exploration, space tourism. From sending a man to the moon, we are sending missiles, we are sending whatnot. And how do you manage these disruptions? Because this digital transformation is making almost every company in the world as a software company. And technology is making our lives simpler, easier, better. But the people who are behind each of the products and solutions, people who come from the technology organization, we will understand what is behind these products and solutions. The customer might see the end product, which is the Apple Macintosh or the iPhone. But I'm sure we know as technologists what it takes to make an Apple Macintosh or an iPhone or an iPad or your OnePlus phone. What is behind the Uber taxis? If you're traveling in a flight, how many systems are enabling you to start and reach safely, and so on. Now, why safe? In addition to the statistics that Divya talked about, where Gartner report says safe is now considered as the most preferred scaling framework across the world. And more than 70% of the Fortune 500 companies are moving towards and adapting safe. They are seeing business results. You could see the number of people safe trained, and more than 20,000 companies worldwide who have believed in the framework, learned it, adapted it, and seen some results. Therefore, it's proven. Is it scalable? Yes, because we understand one size may or may not fit all. And can it work? No matter you are a technology shop or you do some non-IT work, immaterial of the size of the company, which industry you come from, yes, it does. With that, I want to jump into what is the responsibility of the RTE in the framework. Now, RTE, Release Train Engineer, now Scaled Agile has beautifully summarized the RTE role and responsibilities on 5 dimensions that you can see here. Now, one of the major areas is, of course, facilitation. Whether you are a Scrum Master or an RTE, facilitation is one of the stances you exhibit or you do serve. And then you also support PI execution, because it's not about planning that will bring results. It's also about great execution. And you will do that and support that in a decentralized way, not by holding control, but by bringing that decentralization approach to getting things done. You will provide the necessary coaching to your train to ensure people closer to the problem are better placed to solve their own problems. We as RTEs are what I call, we are flow enablers, flow accelerators. What is flow? When you start working on something, how soon it can get it done? How do I manage my work? When will it be done? If somebody asks the question, how do we know when will it be done or whether it will be done? Where are my bottlenecks? Stop starting and start finishing. And this is where I call RTE as somebody who look at the flow, the system as a whole, how things are moving from the start until you finish the work. And then we improve relentlessly. That's something we drive in. Now, this looks simple, believe me or not, ladies and gentlemen. From a nutshell, the RTE role and responsibilities might sound simple. Many people who thought Scrum Master was the easiest of all the career jobs out there, if only you and I had served it, we understand what it takes to really become an effective Scrum Master. Likewise, RTE is the Scrum Master of Scrum Masters, Chief Scrum Master, who supports and manages multiple teams, team of agile teams, which we call it as an Agile Release Train, dealing with the systems, complex adaptive systems, various dynamics that happen in your organization. It brings or it comes with a lot of skills. I've listed few of them. As a facilitator, I need to know no longer the dynamics that I'm able to handle a team of maybe less than 10 people, which is one agile team size. I'm probably now supporting team of teams, maybe 10 teams, 100 people, 125 people, if at all. Do I understand the techniques that will come to the rescue when you are dealing with large groups, whether it's a physical room, whether it's a virtual room, or a remote meeting in Zoom? How will you deal with dynamics? If 100 people want to speak at the same time, will it not be chaotic? How will you deal with that? And I also need conflict management skills. All the skills that a team level Scrum Master will need as a chief Scrum Master, a release train engineer will also need. You also need stakeholder management, team building skills, negotiation skills, influence, inspire. I often say, meetings are never bad. A meeting is good or bad based on who facilitates it. Behind every good or bad meeting is often a good or a poor facilitation. And if you want to become a great facilitator, then you have to need some techniques, some practices, because we all know that if you are really passed an exam with high marks, behind that result is your hard work, the extensive preparation, the heart and the soul that you must have put on. Likewise, to run events at scale, manage things at scale, you often need extensive and more preparation, if not less. Now let's jump into how this role is different from any one of us who come from the project and the program management background from the previous era or the world where you have predominantly, let's say, dealt with waterfall projects. Now I become an agile program manager to moving as an RTE. Now, if at all you're wondering, is the role still one and the same? Now we call RTE as a servant leader. Here is the gentleman, Robert Greenleaf, who's the person who came up with this term called servant leadership. And he says a servant leader is one who often, who values service. That is the summary of this whole term called servant leadership. Why you take up this role is to serve people. Because a servant leader is not a leader first, is a servant first. I've assumed this role, or I have been probably given this responsibility to serve, not just to lead. And this is sharply from any one of us who thought, oh wow, this is a leadership role. I have authority, I can control people, I can manage. I often say management is probably easy to learn and adapt. Any business school will teach us planning, organizing, staffing, budgeting, controlling. But leadership is something we learn over a period of time. And serving as opposed to leading or managing is even more different. It's a different way of leading teams. So what kind of things we need to be an effective servant leader? Listening, active listening. And I want to create an environment where I value you and you value me. As a team, as a role, as a leader, mutual influence. I need to have emotional intelligence and empathy. Can someone tell us what comes to your mind when you hear the term empathy? What comes to your mind when you hear this buzzword called empathy? Understand and empathize with others. And how is it different from probably being sympathetic? Is empathy and sympathy one and the same? Would you guys like to share your opinion on the chat window? What does it mean to really be empathetic to someone? Abhishek Mishra says, imagine in someone else's shoes is empathy. And Rupesh Pratap says, empathy and sympathy are not one and the same. Thank you. If I have to summarize, I often say empathy drives connection. Whereas sympathy alone might probably drive detachment, not attachment. Neha talks about being a good listener. Okay. Of course, great leaders are often good listeners. Now, empathy is all about not just placing oneself on somebody else's shoes, but are you able to connect and be truly authentic, truly genuine? Imagine somebody has lost their near or dear at home. Somebody they value as very close association. Or they have a personal financial situation, or somebody who is sick at home or maybe in the hospital. And if you are a leader or a manager of that person or the team or the RTE of this train, An empathetic person is not going to probably say, hey, you can take leave as long as you want. That's not what that person looks forward at that point in time. Right? That is the mechanics. But when you're empathy, it's like, hey, Mahesh, I feel sorry for the situation that you are currently in. I can totally understand what it means to go through what you have been currently experiencing in your life. And I wish I can do something more. If there is anything that I can do to make you feel better, please do let me know. And I want to rest assure you that we are with you at this point in time. And it has to be genuine, authentic, not faked up. Because, people are really smart. They know who's going to make up, fake up, and who can really speak that heart to heart. Rupesh, thank you for bringing that thing. Heart to heart. It has to be genuine. And this is where, ladies and gentlemen, the new age skill release train engineer or an agile servant leader is a lot more different from the traditional styles of leadership that some of us have seen, some of us have probably been through. And we all learn as we go. We may not have done it by ourselves. Some of us, it's so natural. This is our colloquial style of leadership. For some of us, it's completely new. Because it needs a growth mindset to be able to appreciate goodness in everything we see. And I often remind myself, I can only be a, good leader, which means that some of the fundamental human values needs to be imbibed in me. And it means I tell myself, when Creator created this universe, almost all of us everything is the same. We all were created with the same things. Nobody is superior or inferior. And there is nothing more or nothing less. And unless I feel, yes, I am a lifelong learner, there is always something I can learn from every situation I am in. Only then I can learn from you, I can appreciate something that you are telling me rather than giving you feedback. Traditional leader will probably give you feedback, may or may not be open to receiving feedback. Now the question is, are you also open to receive feedback? How does it impact it? Maybe you said something on a tough day. Can people approach you as a leader, come to your office and talk about, hey, Mahesh, do you have a minute? The other day, probably when you yelled at the team, this is what we all felt about it. This is not to blame you or pinpoint you, but we just wanted to share how it impacted the morale of the team or the motivation of the team. And how do you feel about it as you are hearing it now? So in my experience, great RTEs often carry all of these traits. They are good listeners, active listening, meaning talk less, probably listen more. That is why if you see good leaders in any meeting, 1 hour meeting, maybe they asked you one question after listening to your story. That was mind-boggling. It shook the entire situation to a totally different state. Emotionally intelligent, well-connected. Today, in the era we live in, network is net worth. We need to build long-lasting relationships. People quit bosses, not companies. How do I not become one of those bad bosses? Or leaders that people no longer want to be associated with? And this is where to create workplaces which are exciting, bringing humanity more into workplace, where people can pursue their passion, learn, grow, and feel valued. And I want to help without diminishing your commitment. It needs social skills. I want to be an approachable person and be the coach, always telling, no, maybe more asking. Doesn't mean I'm not sure about what you're asking me. I may know the answer, doesn't mean I need to give you the answer. I probably feel you may have a better option than me. Let me hear you out. Now, with these skills, competencies, if you've been leading distributed arts, certain things you may want to be handy with in my years of leading trains. If this is your first art you're launching, you need to know what it means to get ready. Yes, I am all set for the first PI planning. How do you know that? What kind of things you need? No, I'm running, Mahesh. I have done PI planning in office. Maybe we all were in the same room, an auditorium. But now world has become hybrid working model. Distributed arts is the new normal. What should I do before the day, during the day, and after the day? What infra readiness we need in order to address time zone differences? How do we plan the events? How do we get stakeholders on board, including the business IT alignment? How do I plan to support various arts that are getting launched through the coaching, team level coaching, train level coaching, maybe the roles like RTE, product manager, and so on. And maybe some role-based, a scrum master needs help, a product owner needs help. My company policies could also impact the way we are managing. I remember one company, they said, hey, we cannot have people working on, let's say, a given time of the day. That is our policy. So anything can impact the way you do things. And therefore, if you're going about kicking off your business agility transformation or safe transformation, here you see a company, this is called a transformation plan or a roadmap from one of the company called Northwestern Mutual. You can see that on Scaled Agile website as well. Now you could see that these are all the various trains, some of which have left the station, some of which are waiting to enter and leave the station and so on. So this is like what I call a transformation visualization. What all these are: identify, prep, launch, mature, are various activities you do in the transformation life cycle. As an RTE, you need to know at what stage is your train in, when is your art launch coming in. If you have already launched, how long you plan to support the train for some embedded coaching. Is it 1 PI, 2 PI? Generally, we see a 3 PI coaching model where arts need some handholding to get some maturity before they are on their own. What should we do? Aftercare. When coaches pull back, how do you scale? How do you sustain on your own? And at every step, believe it or not, you need some activities to be performed. And in this company, this being an insurance company, you need some data to visualize progress and impediments. And you know what? This company, the first ever claim they had was due to, a rail accident. And the root cause of that accident was due to the cow on the track. You know what they did after that? They represented cow in order to metaphorically represent impediments to their transformation. So anytime you see a cow image in their transformation Kanban or the roadmap, probably that's an impediment. It's a bottleneck. You need to address it. Oh, I need, in next quarter, couple of trains are about to be launched. I need maybe these many coaches, maybe 2 to 3 coaches who can support each train. I need to have onboarded them. All these trains need RTE, all of these roles and so on. So who can probably consider pursuing the RTE class? We recommend you to go through a leading SAFe or implementing SAFe in order to not just sell more of our classes, but for you to have a basic understanding of the framework before you go for an advanced role-based curriculum like an RTE. And if you already have an experience working in arts for 1 or 2 PIs, it's a big plus because this is an experiential learning program. No, Mahesh, I have come as a Scrum Master. I work as a Scrum Master with multi-teams. Sure, it still helps. I have launched multiple trains. Great. Release train engineer may be a continuing learning journey for you to sharpen your Scrum Mastery and Agile leadership skills. Now, what's the value of doing an RTE program? If you are wondering, Mahesh, is it yet another certification or a badge in my resume or profile? Do not see it that way. To me, unlike most of the other SAFe classes we teach, this class has a lot of activities where you're going to hear experiences both from experienced SPCTs like me, who have launched dozens of arts in the decade. Similarly, the students who bring in similar experience, learn, hear each other out, and probably co-create some solutions to the problem you're facing in your company. And most importantly, what excites me personally is when I did my RTE class several years back, I prepared a 90-day, a personal improvement plan, a to-do list for me to become a better human, a better person, a better RTE. Because unless I am a lifelong learner and I manage my stuff personally well, I organize my stuff well, how can I organize for others? And most importantly, we will help you practice professional coaching skills, which is the big shift from telling to asking. And if you are wondering, Mahesh, I'm not sure whether this course is suitable for me, I just created a representation where know your role in your company and choose your course accordingly. I'm an agile coach, a change agent. I'm a leader. I am part of the transformation office in my company. Maybe a SPC or implementing SAFe class is something you can consider. I just happen to lead a team, or I'm a leader in my own capacity. Maybe leading SAFe gives you an overview of SAFe, irrespective of the role you do. And there are role-based curriculums. Scrum Masters can probably go for basic SAFe Scrum Master SSM, followed by advanced Scrum Masters. No, I'm a product owner. Maybe get started with a POPM class. Product owner, product manager. And then you follow up with an advanced product management program, which is a contemporary program with, this APM, Agile Product Management offered by SAFe, is a 3-day advanced program. There we teach you less of SAFe and more of Agile Product Management. And this curriculum is contemporary with some of the reputed business schools' product management syllabus. No, I'm an RTE, sure, you can pursue the RTE program. I'm an architect, you have an exclusive course for you and so on. And if you are part of the portfolio management office, maybe an LPM class is something you can consider. So get trained, take the exam, and then if you pass the exam, you can get a certification which is valid for 1 year from the date of passing. Let me pause here and see if there are any questions based on the content that was shared. Happy to take up any questions before we move on.
Yeah.
You can raise your hand if you want to unmute and speak, or put the question on the chat, whichever is comfortable. We have 10 more minutes. So it's time for an open space. Anything you may want to ask us. Okay, seems like no further questions.
Yeah. And Abhishek is asking if the session recordings will be shared. Yes, Abhishek, we'll be sharing it to you.
Okay, Raj Shekhar is asking, what is the difference between agile and safe? Okay. The short answer, Raj Shekhar, is agile is an umbrella term. Safe is very much integral part of this umbrella term called agile, right? Agile is a way of life. The way you do things, way you approach software development or solution development or product development. And safe is one of the ways to bring agility in your product delivery, not just with one team or two teams, maybe team of agile teams which are together building a product. How do you bring in agility in your product delivery while you operate as a team of teams, not just one or two teams? That's where safe comes in. Can agile still be relevant whether I am one team or any number of teams? The answer is still yes. Safe is more around scaling your agile adoption. Okay. Any other questions? So we have a few other things. Maybe Divya, if you want to take it over from here.
Yeah, sure. So what do you get out of RTE Safe 6 course? So the training includes interactive exercises, case studies, and discussion that enable practical application of the concepts learned. And you will receive 24 hours instructor-led live session and gain 24 PDUs and 24 SEUs, Scrum education, and then access to 1 year safe community membership. And exam fee is also included in the course fee. And you will have it access to Scale Agile community of practice. So by the end of the course, participants will be well prepared to take the Safe RTE certification exam and take on the crucial roles in safe agile environment. So these are the course highlights. And when it comes to curriculum, so Safe 6 RTE covers exploring the RTE role and responsibilities, and how to apply its principles to organizing the art and planning a program increment to executing a program increment and fostering relentless improvement to serving the agile release train and also continuing your learning journey towards it. So,
and this
yes.
is where, if you all see, for example, applying safe principles at work, this is where I recommend, if you have done a prior safe class, you will be able to, you will come with an understanding of those principles to probably apply.
Yeah.
So this is where that prerequisite helps. I think there is one more question, Divya, on the chat. Can a non-technical or someone who doesn't have software development background become an RTE? To me, this is a consulting type question, right? There is no a straight answer for this, yes or a no. Now, I often use this, Godwin, whoever asked this question. The short answer is you need to be fluent and comfortable in the language that your fellow employees will use. As a parent, should I understand the language that my child will speak? Or child sometimes may not even know what to say, but even by their action, I make out what the child is trying to say. So whether I am a child myself or not, is a parenting skill or a trait needed to really be an effective parent? The answer is yes. Likewise, If you are part of a technology organization, to me, you need to be at least be able to be conversant in the language to effectively lead. I have seen people without technical background succeed. I do not know whether it's a vast majority of the population though, while at the same time, lot of technical background, the entire career in the information technology, they have done management, maybe an MBA from Harvard or whatever, yet poorly fail as a Scrum Master or an RTE. So background alone may not be the yardstick for succeeding in this role, but it will still be, it depends on as a person what you are. To summarize, Godwin, I often say for this kind of role, the attitude is what matters. Aptitude can be learned and acquired. That's the easiest thing. And KnowledgeHut is here to help you get that knowledge. But attitude is something that comes along, which is very hard. Thank you.
So yes, ready to start your journey? So absolutely, I'm here to help you guys begin your exciting, safe journey. And whether you're new, you're new to agile methodologies, or looking to advance your skills within SAFe, I can provide you information to guidance and support you to make your journey a successful one. So feel free to ask any questions that you have about SAFe, agile practices, or like SAFe certifications, or anything related to agile transformation. I'm here to assist you guys. And so let's get started on your SAFe journey together. Oh, so what would you like to know or discuss first? So absolutely, getting started with SAFe can be a rewarding journey for individuals and organizations alike. So here are the initial steps to embark on your SAFe journey. So yes, the first step is to find the right SAFe learning partner. And the first step is to find a reputable SAFe learning partner, I would say, that offers certified training courses. Scaled Agile Inc. provides a list of authorized SAFe training providers on their official website. So look out for partners that offer the specific SAFe certification courses you are interested in, such as it could be SAFe RTE to SAFe POPM, or we also have SAFe Scrum Master or SAFe Agilist and things. And the second thing is, follow the roadmap. So once you have identified a suitable SAFe learning partner, review their training roadmap and of course, course offerings as well. So the roadmap will outline the various certification levels and the recommended sequence to follow depending on your role and experience. You might start with foundational certifications and then progress to a more specialized role like SAFe RTE. And the third step, so learn more about SAFe Enterprise subscription. Yes, SAFe Enterprise subscription is a service offered by Scaled Agile Inc. that provides access to resources, tools, and support to organization implementing SAFe at scale. So it includes access to the SAFe community platform, updates and guidance, and additional content to support your agile transformation. So by following these steps, you can begin your SAFe journey on the right foot, gaining the knowledge, the skills, and resources needed to succeed in agile environments and contribute to successful agile transformations. So yeah. And
Divya, we are out of time, so maybe we may have to be concise on the messaging.
Okay, sure.
So you want to go to the next slide?
Please. So why select KnowledgeHut? KnowledgeHut believes and drives all of its training to be outcome-based, which is why we make sure we give you everything you need in order to get the outcome you desire out of it. So always ensure that the learning partner aligns with your learning objectives and preferences to have the most rewarding learning experience on your SAFe journey. Partnerships with Scaled Agile Inc. So being a gold SPCT partner means that KnowledgeHut has established a strong partnership with Scaled Agile Inc. and is recognized as a trusted provider of SAFe training and consulting. So KH ensures, ensure to meet its specific criteria to be recognized as a trusted provider of SAFe training and consulting. Let me know, yes. So let me let you know what it takes for an gold SPCT. SPCT is play a crucial role in training and certifying other SAFE professionals, and they're highly experienced in implementing SAFE in complex enterprise, environments. So KnowledgeHut has achieved a high level of proficiency in delivering SAFE services and is recognized as a trusted provider in SAFE's ecosystem. So yes, we are indicating. So when I say highly certified and experienced consultant trainers, indicating that the organization employs trainers and consultants who holds the previous slide, Mahesh.
So maybe in the interest of time, Divya, I was thinking we'll
Mhm.
cover the numbers here, where
Okay, yeah,
numbers speak for itself on in principle, folks.
absolutely.
When we are a gold partner,
Yes,
you can see the numbers for yourself on how long we have been in this industry from both training and transformation perspective.
yes,
How many companies, how many people have got benefited from various programs that we have been delivering over the years. It's just a validation of something we just talked about.
yes. So KnowledgeHut has facilitated like 300 and plus agile transformations, and we are the top 10 global scaled agile training provider. So as you see, we have about, as with any learning or consulting service provider, it's essential to do your own research or like read reviews and to understand how their offerings align. So 4,50,000 is not a small number, when it says like alumni, and 4,500 enterprise partners and covering 100 plus countries. So yes, so your learning will be a live instructor-led session. It's a comprehensive self-paced videos and more of a cloud lab exercises. And you will also have assessments and problem-solving sessions and a progress report to track your confidence to get through the examination. So yeah,
Some just to clarify, it's like a platform like Zoom,
platform.
folks, where it's a learning enablement platform for the online learning. So this is something that's a differentiator for us. You will have a very experiential learning through this platform, unlike other partners that you must have come across. There are other bonuses, maybe Divya, if you want to quickly talk about this.
Yes. So you will have a lifetime access to Agile and Scrum, and which is a complimentary gift worth 2,150, and exclusive discount on your enrollment to SAFE RTE certification training. And you will also have a one-on-one session with our expert, which is for 30 minutes. So with our SAFE expert again. And yes, so as you see, Agile and Scrum comprises, 8 hours of on-demanded videos and 13 auto-graded assessments and 11 assignments to 13 quizzes and 13 ebooks. So this is what we have it as a bonus for you. That's worth, for a month, it is INR 749. So yeah, so please do grab your bonuses by enrolling to SAFE RT course, and do a little bit of research as well, so that it helps you know and have an understanding before you get in. Yes.
Murali ji, I see your question on the chat. In the interest of time, I've just sent my email on the here. If you can probably get in touch with me, I can help you answer the question offline. How RTE helps in a product development company, and how any thoughts you want to have a chat, I'm happy to spend some time.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the session today. I think we are 4 minutes past the scheduled end time of the session. Sorry about that. We hope this session was beneficial for you. And if you still have any questions, I think, Divya, if you want to put the email ID or something that they can get in touch with as a follow-up of the program,
Yeah.
we are happy to help you and looking forward to meet you in another opportunity. Thank you.
Yes. So you will also receive an email and a call, where you can contact our representatives to have any such clarifications, or if you have an inquiry or an interest to enroll to the courses as well. And do drop out your questions here. You do have a feedback forms, so that will help us improve better, or take that into consideration. And yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
thank you once again. Visit our website. And thank you so much, Mahesh. It was a very insightful session for us. And I think, we are leaving this day with a lot of insights that we have got from you. Yes. Thank you, Rajshekhar. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.